Hello. Hey. How you doing? Good morning. It is Wednesday. Wednesday is yellow day. I'm wearing the right color for once. I think this is the only yellow shirt I own. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. You clicked on a button and it brought you here through a magical portal into my world on the internet. This is Periwinkle Palace Arts. I'm Princess Bun Bun. I'm here with my bun buns and my coffee, and we do art stuff here. Yeah, I think that went okay. Like, I'm just practicing over and over and over. Every time I come on stream, I get another chance to practice. It's part of the process, right? Okay. First thing we do is say hi to Bunniez. Say hi, Maya. Good morning. Maya is my fibromyalgia bunny, and she's the sweetest girl. And she helped me this morning teach all the other bunny family about camping. What little I know about camping. Because some of them, whoever wants to, are going to go with me camping this weekend if it doesn't rain. And this is Hypno. And Hypno is the vertigo bunny, and you can see that the swirlies in his ears and the eyes that look all like, ooh. And he's got this little thing right here for swallowing problems. And he has the elemental symbols on his feet and on his hands and on his tummy, and I don't remember what they are, but he has a moon on the back of his head, his ears, and he has this little thing right here. Yes, it actually, it rings. When I sleep with Hypno, he sounds like there's a cat in my bed. But I am having a lot of vertigo today. My headache has not gone away. I talked to my doctor last night, and yeah, some tests are gonna get run, which is gonna be not fun. I don't like going to the doctor. I much prefer video visits. But anyway, so I have to take my vitamins. So Hypno, he is going to be here with us at the desk today. And this morning we're pretty much gonna keep it chill. Because yeah. And also because when I left yesterday morning's stream, I was planning on coming back and doing a bling session with you guys, but I didn't. My head hurt. I couldn't keep going. So we're gonna do that today. Because I had already set up the camera yesterday to do it, and then I didn't do it, so the camera's already set up for that, so I'll move it later so that we can color. So we are working on this diamond painting. It's a really big one, and in previous videos, I'm just going to summarize what we're doing. In previous videos, we have mounted this on the big canvas itself, because it's big. It's like this big. You can't see that. If I turn, can you see? It's 24 inches by 26 inches, I think. Or maybe it's 20 by 28. I'm not sure. It's the biggest one I've ever done. It's round diamonds, or drills, which I call blings. So we mounted this on the canvas during one of our previous sessions, and on 2 of the sessions, we went through how I kit up the diamond paintings with these, and I showed you all the tips and tricks. And if you're getting started on, I didn't show you all the tips and tricks because I'm sure there's some I don't know. I need to talk. Anyway, they call the process in the diamond painting community, they call it kitting up, which is where you organize everything, label everything, get everything ready to start. And then I think it was the 4th video that we did with this. We showed you how to set up your work area, how I set up my work area, and how to get everything ready to go, including taping and cutting and pulling up the clear film completely and smoothing it out and all of that stuff. Now, I do my diamond paintings a little bit different than other people do. This is the process that works for me. All right, and so from there, we've talked about line guides, and we even cut one in half to try and make it fit better. And we also have talked about when the blings stick in my tray, and we did a little DIY fix for that, which I think I didn't get it all the way good enough on one side. We'll have to figure out which side it is that's still blocking them. I think I didn't get it done good enough. So yeah. So we did a little DIY with that in one of the videos. It's kind of a spur of the moment thing. And now we're just putting the dots on, just putting them on. I am currently looking for a better line guide for this particular one. But right now, I'm just freehanding this, which for me works just as well. So I've already done this over here, and I'm going to do this part now. And I've already pulled out the colors for it because there's only a few colors here. So we're just going to go, woo, all right. My head hurts, but we showed up. And that's very important in our world. Sometimes you just have to try and show up and see what happens from there. But look, I even put on some purple lipstick today because I'm trying to make myself feel a little better. We have cute things in our hair. We have coffee. Do you have coffee? You don't have a coffee? You should go get your coffee. You can pause me. No, I won't get offended. It's fine. Go. I'll be here when you get back. All right. We're going to start with the H's because they're the ones closest over here. I do this a little bit differently every day. Every time I do it. So, there's a lot of experiments going on here. I just dropped my pen. It's gonna be one of those days, y'all. Okay, it's fine. We can do this. We'll just stay here. Okay, here we go. Some days we're gonna have talkative days, and some days we're not. And I actually never know which it's gonna be until I'm here. I encourage you to pop in the chat with me and let's just chit chat. What you up to? What you doing? What you thinking about? I will literally talk to anybody pretty much about anything. I'm not a teacher. I'm not doing classes here. This isn't a tutorial. I'm literally just getting on the internet and doing what I do every day. I have not yet turned on my music this morning because I'm waiting for my headset to charge. I can't play it in the background for you guys because of copyright stuff, you know? Everybody knows that, right? So, when I am listening to music, which is usually all the time, I like to at least let you know what I'm listening to. Music's a pretty big part of my life, so I make super hyper curated playlists for specific moods and times and people. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's kind of like the old school or the new school version of the old school making a mixtape. Except you can put a lot more on a playlist than you ever could a mixtape. So this is one of the art things that I like to do first thing in the morning because like doing spirals or like doing sketchbook drawings, little sketches, it just kind of like wakes my hands up and helps me get my mindset for the day too. So there's, like I said, there's certain activities that I like to do first thing in the morning. And sometimes I do that before I even get online with you guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but this section that's finished is a lot bigger than it was the last time we did this. That's because I also do this particular thing off camera. No, that's not true. I keep saying that. I actually do this particular thing on camera, but not live. So I could technically do a little editing on the camera, the recordings, the videos that I've done of this while I'm offline, if you wanted to see more of that process. And little things happen here and there which give me the opportunity to give you tips and stuff. I'm going to put this little piece of film back over this part where there's no H's, and I'm going to leave it there while I'm working so that my my hand doesn't stick to this area. I'm trying to, okay, there you go. That helped. And I know that I'm actually a little bit off camera. My face is today. I'm sorry for that. Um, this is where I normally sit, where the camera normally is. I'm all the way down here, so it's taking up most of my desk. But I'm gonna get this area done, and then I'm gonna work on these areas, and then I'm gonna move back up here. I'm gonna leave a space between this area so that my hand isn't resting on this, because this right here, like rubbing your hand back and forth on the finished areas, can actually really start to irritate you. That's what I was talking about in my earlier videos when I said try to go away from your dominant hand. I mean, go towards the side of your dominant hand and can't think. Go towards the dominant hand, because that way you won't be rubbing your hands on here as you work. It doesn't really do anything to the shininess of your drills, let's be honest there. It doesn't. But for me, I don't know, my skin's super sensitive, and it gets irritated rubbing it back and forth over the drills. And I don't like it when my hand gets irritated at me, because then it just doesn't obey me and starts doing things that I didn't tell it to do. Right, Maya? She says yes, it's a very weird phenomenon. Now that, oh, she didn't mean that it's a very weird phenomenon. She meant that I'm a very weird phenomenon. Honey, you're so cute. I'm catching up on the news right now for just a little bit. Just making sure I know what's going on, I guess. And then I'm not going to watch the news all day. Like I said, I'm waiting for my headphones to charge. One of the reasons I'm waiting for it to charge is so that I can play my music through one. And I got some Audible books and some podcasts to listen to. I need to catch up on, so we'll be doing that. I'll be doing that. I don't know what you'll be doing. Maybe talking to me in the chat. I don't know. I get bored. I talk to myself all day long. I always have. It's only gotten worse the older I've gotten. So, I figure if I'm going to talk to myself anyway, I might as well be doing it where somebody might hear me. That's how it is. Okay, what's next? Twos? Yeah, but those are down here. I'm going to try and do everything up here and just work my way down in a logical progression. Normally I do these in order of the number, the pink number on the top. But since I pulled off such a big section, I did just grab, and this section has mostly like 7 colors. So I did this section up here yesterday. That was all the confetti part, and then I only had these 7 colors left. So that is what I'm doing. So I pulled them all out so that I can kind of keep it in order and not drag my hand across that. I'm going to do the E's, put it in the funnel. I know I'm repeating myself about some stuff, but I know that not everybody knows how to do this. And so if I think about telling you a thing, even if I said it before, I'll say it again. It's fine. I feel like I do this faster without the line guides. I don't, like, they help me get it straight, but it's not as fast. And I can get it almost just as straight by doing it freehand. But I do like to try things, new things. So when I saw line guides, I bought quite a few of them. In different sizes, shapes, etc. And I will probably buy more in the future, but I'm hoping for them somewhere to come out with a design that isn't, I don't know. I feel like there's some improvement to be had in that type of product. I've never actually labeled doing any of my blings the way that I have this one. Like, what I mean is I've recorded them, but I never titled the videos or anything. Haven't edited any of that footage. So this is my first time doing them and actually putting it online. Shaky hands. So I'm interested in seeing how many actual art sessions this takes us. But I just realized that I've been doing some of this offline, so that's not going to be included in the videos that I've posted. Well, doggone it, man. Even I can't figure me out, so. Why did I do that? I think I had been thinking about it when I first started this, and then I forgot. Right. That's all of that color. Whew. I need the Y's, and I didn't pull those out yet. Alright. Here we go. My hand is sticking. I've had that done stuck in my head for the last 3-4 days. $25. Tap back where it goes. Okay, next we're gonna do stars, but we're not gonna put the stars up after we do them because there's this big section right here. Okay, here we go. Need some wax. I had a thought that I was going to say. I had a thought. It flew away. Whatever. This is going a bit slower than it usually does. My hands are very twitchy today. My voice is feeling scratchy too, so I apologize about that. Excuse me. It's one of those vertigo symptoms. That's why Hypno is here with me today. Right, buddy? There's a piece of the clear part right here that's there we go. It was stopping the drills from sticking. I forgot to eat my ramen. That's the wrong one. Here we go. I'm wondering if I should actually write a script for a live stream. I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google that today. If you hear that little thing that sounds like bubbles popping, that's my dog. Eva's hiccuping. She thinks she's a cat, but her hiccups just sound like bubbles. The reason I'm holding it like this, holding the tray down like this, is so that it doesn't move. My hands are very, very unsteady today, so it also gives me something to rest my hand on. I don't know if you can see that. I'm resting my hand just like that. And then I can just do this motion. I'm a person who likes to find efficient ways to do things. Efficient and effective. It's probably why I'm always changing how I do something. Okay, give me a moment. I need to answer the husband a question. I don't remember. What did you talk to him about? Okay. You can at any point you want go back and use the other end of your pen and straighten as you go. But usually I prefer to wait until I've done quite a big section. I like to do big sections. The bigger the section is, the longer I can go doing one task. And I like that. I like the repetitiveness of doing one task. So I could sit here and straighten this right now. But I'm not going to do it the whole thing. Give me a second. My husband and I are having a conversation right now where we're both trying to remember what the doctor said yesterday at my appointment, or what he said to the doctor. We can't remember, and it's kind of important. And you'd think 2 adults would be able to remember something like that, but we've slept since then, and I was half asleep when he told me. I'm so itchy today. My psoriasis is killing me. I'm a lot more quiet when there's no music on. I suppose I could stop and see if my headphones are charged right. But why would I do that? I'm focused on what I'm doing right now. Oh no, buddy. Mama forgot to open your cage. Okay, guys, I have to pause just to open the dog's cage. We've been putting him in and shutting the door at night. Sorry, baby. We've been putting him in the kennel at night and locking the door so that he doesn't eat things. We don't like to lock the doggos up, but sometimes it's necessary. Excuse me, I can't see out of my glasses. Better. I put that one on upside down. I went and opened the door. He walked out. And then he went back in, and he sat there for a few minutes and just walked back out. I don't know what my dog's doing, but he obviously doesn't know what he's doing either. I'm just saying. There was a plant that explosion near my my home. Not near it, but maybe 30-45 minutes away. And it looks like there's been no injuries, and nobody got hurt. Not even the firefighters or medical personnel that came on the scene. None of the workers who was there. And I think they said there was 400 workers there, but it might have been that there's 400 workers that are usually there. I don't know. It's hard sometimes to get a full story on the news. I want to know the whole story, and I would like to be able to follow said story for updates. I don't know how to do that. I suppose I could, like, get Apple News or something. Okay, I'm going to pop these back in the jar, and we're going to do this area, and then we'll come back to these. I'm going to do these U-turn symbols. So I'm going to move this to where the stars are. All right. Okay, I think I remembered the things that the doctor said, and I told the husband what I think I remember, or the things we said to the doctor. So I have this thing called verbal aphasia. I've had it my whole life. It just has gotten much worse as I've gotten older. Basically, I say everything backwards about 25% of the time. So I will say words backwards, like the whole word backwards, or I will switch letters in words, especially like compound words. So one of the things that I've said since I was a child is coat hangers instead of coat hangers. Coat hangers. Spaghetti is a good one too. I say buschetti. I don't know. If I talk slow enough, I can get my words to come out somewhat in order because I'm thinking about it like I am right now. I'm thinking about it. But when I'm just talking, my words become a mess. And some of the funniest things that I've said have actually become permanent parts of the family's lingo, such as, with a nurble and a gunk up your gas tank. That one happened when I was like 17 or 18 years old. I do not remember what I was trying to say. But it was one of the it's one of the more well-known ones. Brave Wayne is one instead of saying brainwave. I've said that. Some of them are repetitive. Like I always say it that way. Like coat hanger. Like I've said that my whole life. But others are just like in the moment. I also reverse the beginning letters of words within a sentence. And there's certain things that I try to say that are just multiple words, not necessarily a sentence. So one of those things is I have these friends. They're married, and I've known them for many years. And their names, I kind of don't want to say their name on the stream, but whatever. Just their first names. Their names are Chaz is one of them, and Brandy is the other one. But when I'm just talking like in a regular conversation, I can't say that, and I can't say their names together, like blank and blank, because what I end up saying is Braz and Chandy. Braz and Chandy. It's kind of become their nickname. One thing about my particular verbal aphasia is that it doesn't mean that I can't use big words. So I can say all kinds of big words, like epiphany and I can't think of any right now. I can say transneurolitidol just fine. But, you know, I can't say simple stuff like spaghetti. I'm gonna do a few more down here. I'm just skipping over a little bit of the section. Actually, no, I'm not. I was looking at this and thinking I had already done that. I haven't already done that. So, yeah, I have verbal aphasia. And with that comes a stutter. So I stutter. But the reason that I stutter is because of the verbal aphasia. Because when I slow down to talk, I'm trying to get things out of my mouth, and it just doesn't work out. So I slow down when I talk, so I end up kind of stuttering sometimes when I'm really trying to work it out. My teeth issues do not help this problem at all. A little trash in there. I like to straighten the edge as I go, just because it gives it kind of a frame to go inside of. If anything gets really out of line, I'll go in and straighten it. Put this aside for a little bit. We'll get back to it. That's going to be next. And then this one, we'll do this one next. It's in there. This is the situation where you might, if you wanted to, have a couple of different trays going at once. But I am only using one tray today. And most of this right now, I'm only using one tray. So having verbal aphasia does make it makes communicating a little bit more difficult for the people who have it and the people in your life. Um, Being that communication is so very important in any relationship, in any person's life, I feel like it's one of the foundations of being able to function as a person, is communicating. Um, it's made things difficult for me over my life, especially in my personal relationships. I mean, it's something me and my husband has really struggled with in our marriage. I also do this thing where sometimes I'll just repeat a word over and over and over. So, like when I say okay, 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 I make a joke about it, but that's because essentially, instead of actually stuttering, I say one word over and over until my mouth acts right. And, you know, my verbal aphasia is different from other people's verbal aphasia. And I'm not saying that because I'm unique and special, although I am. I'm saying that because everyone has a different experience, you know? That's how it impacts me. It's not necessarily how it impacts everybody, if that makes sense. Yeah. When I pour my drills out like this into the tray, a lot of times you'll see me with the tweezers picking something up out of the tray, and maybe you can't see what it is. All this is, it's a piece of a dryer sheet cut up into teeny tiny pieces. I put them in the jars when I do diamond art because they are very staticky. But once you have a little piece of a dryer sheet in there for about a day, it really helps with the statickiness. Now, if you want to see these things jump all over the place, you should go back and watch one of the live streams I did while kitting it up. They were everywhere. I'll be able to zoom into this probably a lot more once I get back towards the middle and over to this side. It's just, in order to get this view, I had to tilt my camera in the mount. I had to tilt it like this so that the camera can see. So I'll be able to zoom in a lot better once we move back this way a little bit. I think, and I am correct in thinking that is all the stars for this section. Yay. I am live. Okay. That was my oldest son you just saw up around. In fact, there's not going to be any more stars at all until we get back to, there's the first one. Okay. Oops. Okay. I think we could do the rest of the U's. Not the U's, the U-turns. What am I saying? Oh, I got a little mesmerized by the sparkle, my bad. Reese, come on. See, that one over there is still sticking. So, yeah, it's this side, which is, if I'm holding it facing me, the right side, right? It is right. Okay. So that's all of them for this section. There's a few more over here, but that's going to be a different section. Obviously, it's going to be a different section. I haven't got there yet. Okay, next we have these twos. I love them. These are the one of the special drills that are in here. In this particular kit, there's 4 of them. The specials are called AB drills, and they're ones that are made with a special coating on the top of them to look like the Aurora Borealis. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. That's all of those. There's going to be a lot of these over around here. I just lost one. They flew out. Oh, nope, it's just stuck in the tray like it was last time. And we've got percent signs. It's a bit early to do your bedroom remodel for the day, buddy. I'm gonna do it anyway. Usually does this in the afternoon. One more color. I was doing that with the stopper not in there. Oops. They started flinging. So there's one more little U-turn over here that I missed. Get that. Last one for that section. All right. So, I definitely want to move this because you guys can't see all the way here. And also, it's starting to make me uncomfortable because my chair only goes so far over before my legs are hitting the bottom. That's why my desk is shaking so much today. So, when I log off, I am going to attempt to move this a little bit into a position that I can video a little bit better. I can start on that now, actually. You want to see me clear my desk and do a art reset? Because I want to color this afternoon. I already got all of my fine liners out. All of them. But I want to go ahead and reposition this while I've got the opportunity. So we'll just pick all this up. Sticky tack is the best ever. I just stick my tools that I want to stay still to the clear film of the bling, right? And then after I do that, once I have it over here a little bit more and it's a little bit more ergonomic for me, I'm going to I'm gonna straighten these lines then, and we'll roll them with the brayer. We may have a two-parter this afternoon. It might be resetting my bling. This is actually called a diamond painting, but that verbal aphasia I was talking about earlier kind of makes it a little difficult for me to say that sometimes. So I just call it all bling. And often when you drop blings, that's the drills, okay? When you drop them, they end up on here and you can't really see them. But you can feel them. There we go. So we might work on this a little bit this afternoon. And we might get out the fine liners and start working on those. Working on. Start working on going over this with fine liners and micro liners instead of doing a second layer of the marker. Also instead of using colored pencil to finish it. So we'll actually be finishing this today or tomorrow. Depends on when I come back. Let me set this to the side. Okay, so if you remember, I taped this down to my desk. So to remove it, I'm just going to cut this right here. You can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm going to try to fix that. I'm trying not to pick at my face. Normally I wouldn't do this in front of everybody, but why not, right? I'll show you what I do in between projects. Clean all this up. Sometimes you just have to put the stuff on the bling to move it. So I have these cards called Better Than Yesterday cards. And they're just a big box of random cards. I showed you guys this one once before. And I think that we have accomplished this. So the goal is challenge yourself to complete a goal no matter how many chunks you have to break it down into. And it's hashtag Better Than Yesterday 247. So I'm pretty sure I did that. So today I will go in my room and get the box and pull out another card. Because it's yellow day. So we can do my yellow cards on yellow day if you guys want. That'd be cool, right? Let me know what you think about that. Would you be interested in me sharing what the cards are and what I work on to accomplish the goal on the card? They're just like, I don't know, to make you like, I don't know how to explain it. It's setting small goals and doing things that make you feel good. Hypno and Maya, can you come here for a minute? I'm going to move this whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna grab this and we're just gonna go across the front. I was gonna try to peel it off, but not really. That's not really what I wanted to do. Here's another one of those yellow cards that I kind of lost for a little while. There it is. This one is number 40, and it says, for the next 24 hours, try your best to stop when you feel like complaining. Okay? Cutting out complaining will naturally shift your perspective to one of optimism and gratitude. And I did that. I did that card. So okay, we'll just put everything on here. Move everything around. This is kind of one of the things I do when I go manic. I just start moving everything, giving things new places. All right. That's pretty good. How am I gonna get it to stay where I want it though? If I push it all the way back there, it's gonna leave a bump on my desk. So when I put my trays on it, that won't work out. But this I think I can work with. And I think that'll work for the camera too. It's a lot better. It'll put it right here. Okay. Yeah, so, and I think I'm actually gonna move my cell phone stand over here for a little while. We'll see. All right. So I'm gonna finish this up during lunch and tape it back down, and then I will come back and we will do probably another small section, and if I can get my hands to settle down with the twitchiness today, we'll color too, because I want to do both. So as a reminder, I will not be streaming on Never mind, I will be, because I'm not going camping until Saturday. So, yeah, if I don't see you this afternoon, between noon and 1 o'clock, then I will see you first thing in the morning around 8:30 a.m. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I wish I had more to chit chat about today. Maybe I will after lunch, but yeah, this has been Periwinkle Palace Arts. I have been Princess Bun Bun here with my bunnies, and we did art today. We showed up and showed off. I'm just making stuff up. We showed up and showed off today, and that's all you have to do sometimes is just show up. And you can show off if you want to. Another thing you could do if you want to is, if you want to, you could let me know if you like this stream and or video, depending on how you are consuming it, by clicking the like button, or you could click the dislike button. You could also subscribe if you want to, or turn on notifications if you want to. If you want to. Nobody here is ever going to pressure you to do anything. This is a quiet, relaxed, chill space. and I hope you feel welcome here. I really do. I want to make everyone feel like they're welcome and part of this community as we start to build it. So, yep, that's all I got. Have a good afternoon. I hope you have a healthy lunch, and we'll see you later.